Alrighty, Steelers Nation, welcome back to Steelers Nation Australia. Hot Steelers Nation Australia. Also, no intros. I need to work and start to design some better ones than last year. So no long intros, just jumping right into it. We'll see who comes in the show today. It's super. Am I even live? Oh yeah, I'm live. Hang on, I didn't see things working then. But it's super warm here, man. It's really warm here. Let me check. I'm live. I hope so. Yeah, it's all working. Cool. I think so. I went live 10 minutes earlier. Sometimes it freezes and buffs out. But there we go. Okay, cool. We're here. All right, so we have g'day Gene, what's going on? G'day Terry. We'll talk a bit about Mason Rudolph today. The reason why I titled my podcast Mason Rudolph will not be on today's Steelers show was because Mason Rudolph was on DK Sports with Ramon Foster. So he was busy. I couldn't get him on here. I reached out to him. No, I didn't. I didn't really. No, but Mason Rudolph is the talk of the town, man. There you go. Jen Will. Not a Steelers fan, respect your content, especially given exposure to NFL. 100%. Are you from Australia as well? If you are, let me know where you're from, because in New South Wales today, I'm from around Sydney, right? It's hot as. It is 39 degrees, like at 11 a.m. For Americans out there, it is 92 Fahrenheit right now, I think. And today is going to be a top of 102. It's just, yeah, it's cooking. And also, like, I haven't got any in my room upstairs and hot air risers. I haven't got any like air conditioning, anything like that. Nothing. So I've just got two windows. So this show will go for about half an hour. Not even sure what I'm going to talk about in terms of content or like, Steelers content. We talked a bit the other day about the OC stuff. I don't know who they're going to get. A lot of rumors, a lot of interviews. Brown from the Carolina Panthers. He's a bloke to look out for too. That Steelers mentioned him. Melbourne. Yeah, man. You're in Melbourne? Yeah, it's super warm. You can tell because my hair goes all frizzy. It goes all like up here. JJ52 is from 42 Wallaby Way, Sydney. Yeah, that's that's from Nemo. If you guys don't know that one. That's crazy. 120, yeah. It's not like the hottest it's been here in Australia, but it's pretty warm, man. So it's like 33 at the moment, and it's going to be a high of 39. And then tomorrow is 23. Sorry, let me go back to Fahrenheit. It's 102 high, and then tomorrow is 74, 76, 78. Like, it's just a really hot day today. But I'll be going to the pub, going to a local pub here, have some lunch and a schooner, some beers, chill out. It's been a pretty long week, man. Been doing my normal job. Jada was up in Brisbane. See, I don't know. I know you're from the Never Eat. What is it? Never Eat Soggy Weet-Bix. You're from the West Coast, but sometimes you trick me, and I think you really could be from Brisbane. You just don't know, right? Alrighty, man. I think so. Yeah. I think it's a long weekend. So like I've been working from Tuesday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. I work at the local PCYC, which is like the police youth center club. So I work with the youth and stuff like that. Been doing school holiday camps and all those kind of things, playing pickleball, basketball, soccer, running around the heat. So I think, because we're closed today, Friday. So it's a long weekend from, I don't know about Monday. I love how I'm talking Aussie stuff, but I guess we're an Aussie channel. It's Friday day off today. And then we have back to work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, like that too. So yeah, shout out, man. What team's your team, Jen Will? I legit have nothing to really talk about today at all. Like this, to me, this podcast, this live, I'll try and do Steelers stuff, but this is open. You can ask me any questions. I think we're at a point where it's like we still can talk about the Ravens versus Chiefs, Lions versus 49ers, It's the off season, but dude, we have so much time to discuss everything. Now, Steelers, they do got to go out there and get an OC. They signed Terrell Austin for a 2-year contract. Does that mean Mike Tomlin will sign for a 3 or 2? Maybe, possibly. All right. So yeah, there is things happening in the works, but it's like the off season goes for this part of the season goes pretty. It feels very drawn out, very drawn out. And no, I won't do NFL draft content. Not at all. Not until March. No way. Chargers. There you go. You with the Chargers, and also now you've got the new head coach. Is it Jim Harbaugh or John? Which is your one? You got one. You've got one of the Harbaughs. I don't know which one you have. Who's the new head coach there? Chargers. Are you Jim or John? I can head coach. Jim Harbaugh. Yeah. So we have John. So John is the Ravens head coach, which I hope they lose, by the way. And Jim Harbaugh is leaving Michigan to coach for the Chargers in a 5-year contract. So that's kind of interesting. Could you imagine if you had? Could you imagine if you had 8 teams? That's like, hang on. That's like the definition of a fake fan. Like if you had 8 teams, there's 32 teams in the NFL. If you had 8 teams, like for instance, say if you're in the let's do that. That's really throwing me off, but it's good, right? If I go to the standings, or I go to look at the eight divisions. Say in the AFC East, you had, I don't know, you cheered for the Dolphins. Then in the North, you cheered for the Steelers. These are ones I would probably do. If I were to do this, if I were to have 8 divisions, I'd probably choose my favorite out of these ones would be Dolphins, Steelers, AFC South. I'd go maybe Titans, Tennessee Titans. I've always liked Derrick Henry back there, right? AFC West. Oh, that's a hard one. Maybe the Raiders. I don't know. And then Dallas Cowboys. I'd probably go. Ooh, I go Commanders, Lions, Saints, and then maybe Cardinals. I don't know. That would be like the definition of a fake fan. If you had someone to cheer on every division, they're like, yeah, man, I support the NFL. I go, who do you go for? Well, I go for these 8 teams. Dead set. Oh, excuse me. It's cool, man. You're from That's awesome. Another Aussie, not Aussie bloke or lady from Melbourne is fantastic too. I think Daredevil says it right there. I think everyone's cheering on this week. You can't you can't cheer on the Ravens. As a Steelers supporter, we want them to lose versus Chiefs. At the same time, if the Chiefs win, you don't want the Chiefs to win either, because Mahomes has now been to six AFC championship games in the last 6 years, right? And he's won 3 or something like that and lost 2. So if Chiefs win, then we've got to make sure that the Lions win, because we don't want to see the 49ers win. If the 49ers win, then they've won 6. Yeah, dead set. Charge, yeah, that's it. Once you choose your team, like I chose my team 2001 or 2. Well, I chose the Steelers based off the colors alone. Was the black and I thought it was black and yellow back then, but now I know it's black and gold too. G'day, Thomas. What's going on? Holy dooly. But yeah, I'll go back to what Terry said in his comment, because I want to talk about Rudolph just a little minute about Rudolph. So, and I'm going to go, I didn't get a chance to watch this yet. So Terry says, I watched this talk with Ramon over at DK Sports. I didn't get the feeling he's coming back. Nothing he said is too demeanor. I sure hope Steelers throw Mason mountains of cash. Now, here's the thing, because I don't think the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to give up on Kenny Pickett. So if they were to bring back Mason Rudolph, you'd have to say then, is he competing for a quarterback number 1? I'd say he would have a chance to, right? But the Steelers might say, you know what? We might go and get someone else. I feel like there's a lot of not political, but like a lot of hierarchy structure because Steelers want to give Kenny Pickett a chance. But Rudolph played so much better. Right? He played so much better. The offense just changed. It was awesome to see him win 3 games. And you know what? It sucked when he threw that pick near the end in the playoff game versus the Bills. But the team looked organized, confident. They were throwing the ball down the field. They're getting things open. There was 70-plus yard TDs. Calvin Austin was working in. The running game worked better. The passing game to the running backs worked better. Everything was moving with Rudolph. So if you bring Rudolph back, I'm not against that. But then what happens then? Do you actually have a quarterback competition between QB1 and between QB2? Or do the Steelers stuff it up and do they announce Kenny Pickett to be QB1 anyway and give Rudolph number 2? Right? So there's some we talk about quarterback controversy. There is some truth to that. What are they going to do? Or do they not bring him back at all? I have no idea. Oh, excuse me. All righty. G'day, Stilgo. What's going on? G'day, Chloe. What's up? I wouldn't mind either team was a fan of Lamar. I wouldn't mind him getting a Super Bowl run as well. Yeah, and I guess we're the exact opposite, right? I want Lamar to lose 1,000%. G'day. Who else in here? Give me 1 second, guys. 1 second. 1 second. Alrighty, had to get a bit of water. I haven't done a stream for a while, man. I've been really busy, so I'm not. This is like off-season mode for me too. Where'd the comment go? There's a comment from Chloe said something here. I've been waiting. Yeah, I've been really busy. So the last 3 days or 4 days in a row, I've had work, and then I just had no time to do streams in the morning. And then by the time I got home, oh, by the way, too, it's Australia Day here. I won't talk about it too much because it's good for some people. It's all about being a mateship, being around your mates, having beers, family coming together. But on the other side, yeah, you know what's up. So I won't talk about the Australia Day too much. I enjoy it. I have fun with it. Going to the pub today, but on the other side, people get a bit crazy and all whatever. So I've been waiting for another stream. Yeah, I've been really busy, man. Really, really busy. Alrighty. What else we got? Still go in the house too. Toddy in the house. Thomas says Steels will make Kenny 1. Yes, and I hear that. That's what I hear. So why would you bring him back, right? So this is the point. The Pittsburgh Steelers don't want to give up on Kenny Pickett. Neither do I either. Like let's see what happens when we get a new OC. But I do understand the frustration if Mason Rudolph comes back and he knows he can be a quarterback number 1. Why would he want to come back, right? Why would Mason Rudolph want to come back and even compete for a job like that when he knows that the organization is maybe leaning towards more Kenny Pickett than Mason Rudolph, if that makes any sense. So maybe Mason Rudolph can put himself out there and go find a team that's looking for a quarterback where he can maybe win the job easier and start fresh and be his own man and separate himself from the Steelers. I could fully his hand up saying, you know what? I can play football in this league. Someone take a chance on me. I showed it last year in my 3 games. I can be QB1, or maybe I'll be the backup and I can compete for a job. But same time, if the Steelers go and sign Rudolph, is there a true quarterback competition? Because they have their favorites and they have their number 1 draft pick in Kenny Pickett. And they don't want to give up on Kenny Pickett so easily. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be very interesting. G'day, Sean. What's going on? There you go. I watched that on Ramon Foster as well, and now I know why everyone was smiling, having fun on the field. Mason Rudolph, dead set. Yep, dead set. I agree with that. G'day, Glenn. What's up? We had a good run with Rudolph, but I wanted to keep. I want to see how we're going to put a team around KP. I agree with you 1,000%. G'day, Claude. What's up? And that's the big go. Go to the Winchester, have a nice cold pint, and wait for all this to all blow over. Yeah, man. Dead set. But I think that's like there's a few narratives going into the offseason, and we're still talking playoff football and Chiefs. I want the Chiefs to win this week, but if the Ravens win, then I want the Lions to win it all. I don't want to see the 49ers win and go six Super Bowls and whatever, right? I don't want to see the 49er fan base go, oh, we're the best. I want to see, out of all 4 teams, it's the true underdog story is the Lions because they've never been to the Super Bowl. And it's been 55 years since they've been to a championship game or something like that. And they lost to I think, Washington Redskins at the time. So I want to see them win. That's what I've heard anyway. I want to see them win. But yeah, you make a good point. Good point around that. Yeah, we had a good run with Rudolph, but you want to see what happens with KP, right? Because the narratives are quarterback narratives are who's going to be quarterback number 1? We don't know. It's like last year, we don't know. And then also who's going to be the OC. Mike Tomlin has been reported to have the extension, so tick that off. If you like him or dislike him, that's happening. And also Terrell Ellison signed the DC. So there's going to be a lot of things moving in the next few weeks too. Yeah, I agree with you. That's it. I think as Steel fans, there's no way, and you can support who you want to support. I know some people want to support the AFC North because we're part of the division and they want to represent the North. Fuck that. I don't want to do that. I can't stand the Ravens. I hope the Ravens lose in their fan base. They're just so smug and they think they're the best. But you put the Ravens versus Steelers in a playoff game, we win that game. We've beaten them 7, 8, 8 times. We have beaten them. So I don't want to hear it. The Ravens can beat all these other teams. They can't beat us. And we would have had beaten them 8 out of 8 times if Trubisky didn't throw those 3 interceptions versus the Steelers. We would be 8 out of 8. In 4 years, Mike Tomlin over John Harbaugh, whatever his name is, Wayne Harbs, is now 7-1 over him. Think about that. 7 wins and 1 loss in the last 4 years. And I don't care who we verse. If it's Lamar Jackson, if it's whoever it may be, I don't care. If it's backups, they're a talented side. They're very physical. They play tough. And the Steelers have beaten the Ravens. You put us in a scenario where we win the game versus the Buffalo Bills. And yeah, we didn't play the best football, right? And things happen in certain ways. It didn't go our way, and we got beat down by the Buffalo Bills. But we go into the Ravens' land. We have a chance to beat them because we know how to. And TJ would have been back too. Yeah, they talk about a rival, right? The last 4 years, it's been 7-1, right? So we can't let them go to. If they go to Super Bowl, the Lions have to beat them. And now, you know what? Because we're talking about this, right? I really don't. This is the one I don't want to see. Out of all the logo conspiracy theories or whatever out there, I don't want to see Ravens versus 49ers. Legit, I might not watch. I feel like I might not watch. Legit. If I see the Ravens on the AFC side representing them and Lamar Jackson and Brock Purdy, and I see the other side being 49ers where they're going to win 6 in a row, I might not watch. The other one I talked about the other day, I was like, I don't know, this one's KC versus Brock Purdy. Not a fan. I want to see at least the Lions in it or the Lions versus Chiefs. Those two, if it's Lions versus Chiefs or Lions versus Ravens, then we can cheer for a team that's never won one. I've got no real bad blood against Lions at all. They're in a complete different division. There's no rivalry between Steelers versus Lions. So I'd either go this one to shut up the Ravens fans or shut up the KC fans. That's what I want to see. Woo! G'day. Speaking of KC fans, g'day Travis, what's going on? How are you? I'm rooting for the Lions. I'm going for the Lions. That's it. It has to be Lions all the way. Yeah, I hear that. I can't do that either. I can't do it. Well, there's different parts to it. I think we've talked about this before. I think that the NFL is narrative based, right? It definitely is narrative based because how do you think that the Lions versed Matthew Stafford? You know what I'm saying? How does that work out? You know, with the whole Cowboys thing and then Cowboys got done. It's definitely narrative based. I think they play football, but there are certain times you see flags or players or things like that. You're like, did you fall over on purpose? Did you throw that football for an interception? Did you do this? It does to me look a bit like WWE, But the thing is, I love it. You know why I love it? I don't really care anymore. The reason why I watch it because it's a massive distraction. I love it. It's a huge distraction. We got a great community here of people all around the world. We've got guys from Brisbane. Shout out to J-Devil. You know what I mean? It's a massive distraction for me to jump on, do a live, talk Steelers, talk our favorite team, talk Najee and the running backs and whoever. And, great memories of like James Debo Harrison running back the 99-yard touchdown. So even if it is scripted, I've kind of dealt with it. Like, I don't care anymore. I just want to see our team win. Next year, script the Steelers in a Kenny Pickett comeback, go on a 14-3 run, win the division, get first seeds, get home playoff game, and put Pittsburgh Steelers back on the map. If it's scripted, right? But I think it is. To a certain degree, I think it's like narrative based. There's too much money involved. Too much money involved now with betting and all these kind of things and merchandise and this kind of stuff. So yeah, man. But that's why I want to see the Lions beat the 49ers. The Lions are a good team. The Lions have been playing pretty good football. They can upset the 49ers. Then they can also go Ravens versus Lions, which would be they've already met this season, and Lions versus Chiefs were the first game this season. So imagine that. If you want to script it, you'd go Lions versus Chiefs because the first game of the season was Lions versus Chiefs, and the last game could be Lions versus Chiefs. Now, Chiefs could get their, I guess, payback, or Lions could beat them 2-0 in the season. So definitely, just don't, people say it's scripted, and then other people go, oh, you're stupid. Don't do that. You can question anything you want to, if you want to. All righty. Anyone else in the house? G'day, Vibe. What's going on? Vibe is in the house. Oh, really? You never watch it? I never watch Super Bowl unless we're in it. Fair call. If it's I don't know, man. This was just a script I was playing out in my head online. I don't know. Sean says I expect the Lions and the Ravens. The Ravens destroyed. Yeah, true. Okay. Maybe. I guess so. Yeah, okay, I guess so. Because you've got the whole Travis Swift thing, Travis Kelce. Yeah, I'd probably say I'd go in for the Chiefs this week. And then maybe the best matchup would be, for me, this one. Maybe Lions versus Chiefs in the Super Bowl. Jared Goff versus Patrick Mahomes. And I watch that one. But I'm really, really thinking about not even streaming or even watching the game of this one. I can't stand John Harbaugh, and I can't stand the 49ers at the moment, how they are. And they beat us down 30-7, right? I just can't stand them getting 6 and their fan base going crazy. But I guess in that sense, if it was Ravens versus 49ers, then I probably should be cheering 49ers to beat the Ravens. Because do we really want to hear the Ravens fan base all year? No, we don't. It's like 2 years ago when it was Rams versus Bengals, and the Bengals are now 0-3. I don't want to hear the Bengals talk about all year that they won the Super Bowl and we're the best team. No, you're sitting on the couch as us. Same as the Browns, you're on the couch with us. I want the Ravens to join us on the couch. Dead set. Really? There you go. So you guys don't watch it. I didn't know that. Oh, yeah, big time. Pro Bowl is going down the toilet. The Pro Bowl hasn't been good. Who's that bloke, that safety? I just forgot his name. That safety, Sean Taylor. The Pro Bowl hasn't been good. Since the last time it was good to watch was when Sean Taylor knocked that punter out. That was probably the best time. Dead set. Oh, yeah. Well, I think that's probably one thing that we aren't really talking about that much is Trubisky. What's going to happen? Are the Pittsburgh Steelers going to get Rudolph Trubisky? Do they trade him away? Do they cut him? Do you cut him and then also do you cut Trubisky and sign someone else? Or do they run it back? Could you imagine if the Pittsburgh Steelers they don't sign any quarterbacks, they go and draft someone in the later rounds, maybe in the third round, fourth, fifth round, something like that. I don't know. You go and draft a quarterback, but you also keep Kenny Pickett number 1 and you make Trubisky number 2 and then have a quarterback number 3, I think the fan base would go into a meltdown if Trubisky was still on this team. Because I think the point was when Mike Tomlin held on to him so long, they fired Canada, they kept Trubisky. It was almost like, okay, Trubisky, here's your last chance. Here's your very last chance. You get 3 games and you sucked in each and every one of them, and you haven't won many games with us, and you're just slow, terrible, bad connection with the receivers. Yeah, that to me was, I think, his last chance. However, if the Steelers came back and was like, you know what, we'll give you 1 more year, 2 more years. Alrighty. Oh, good point. Good segue. Is there a team out there that you guys are going to watch in the UFL? I was trying to figure that out. I was going for the San Antonio Brahmas last year because Heinz Ward was the coach, right? But now I'm trying to figure out who I would go for in the UFL. And also, it's now UFL because it was the XFL and the USFL, and now they've called it the UFL. First of all, I think that it should be called the XFL. If you're going to merge, just call it the XFL. I don't know. The XFL has got a more sexier name than the UFL. The UFL doesn't have as sexy a name to me as the XFL or even USFL, right? So there are 8 teams: Birmingham Stallions, Houston Roughnecks, Memphis Showboats, Michigan Panthers. Not sold on them. Arlington Renegades. I thought about the Renegades to go and cheer them on because of Renegades with Renegade and the Steelers in the song, right? DC Defenders. I've thought about becoming a DC Defender fan based on one thing alone. If I ever go when I come back to America, I want to go to Washington as well, to Audi Field. That's where it's at, right? They have a beer snake. They have a hot. You drink beer in one section, and the crazy American fans, as you guys are, you create a whole beer snake from the very bottom to the very top. Now we have it too in cricket, but I want to go over there, man. That's my team, right? And then 40 years time, you're like, how did you become a DC Defenders fan? I chose it because you guys have a beer snake. That would be the reason why I chose them. And their uniforms are pretty cool. However, I'm not a huge fan of red, but their uniforms are pretty cool. So San Antonio Brahmas, I was like, it's now Wade Phillips. There's no Heinz Ward. I like the color scheme. It's like it's black and yellow, or black, yellow, and gray. And St. Louis Battlehawks got a cool name. However, I don't like the slogan. Core is the law. Not a fan. Not a fan of that. So that's coming up too. G'day, Reginald River. What's going on, mate? Oh, good movie. Really good movie too. G'day, Reginald. What's going on? Now, this is what's funny. I started watching football around when the Little Giants came out. When I was like the younger brother versus the older brother. That's when I started watching football, when I was like, I don't know, 14, 13 years of age, something like that. So, yeah. Will Matt Canada... Will Matt Canada watch the Super Bowl with Trubisky while drinking Bud Light? Trubisky saying, that should be us. I don't know, man. I have no idea. All right, guys, a quick firework break on that one. We'll change topics, and I'll come back to start to wrap up because it's super hot today. I just wanted to jump on and just reconnect because I haven't done a live in about a week or so. Jump on, see how you guys are doing, see how you're feeling, see how Steeler Nation is going through this playoff time. G'day, Steeler for Life. What's going on? And that's a good point. We talked about that too. They might not bring back Mason Rudolph because Tolman has, and not just Tolman, but the whole team has connection with Kenny Pickett. And I don't think we should give up on Kenny Pickett just yet, right? Maybe wait until the end of next year to have judgment on Kenny Pickett. But we're Yinzers, or you guys are Yinzers. That's how we roll, man. You guys can do whatever you want. Alrighty, quick firework break, and I'll be back to wrap up the show. It's super hot today. Too hot. Alrighty. Oh, and we're back. We are back. Okay. All right. Let's go. Yeah, man. It's like 100 degrees. So, anyways, that's really all I wanted to cover. I'm gonna try and go back and I'm gonna go back and watch the Mason Rudolph podcast. Maybe not today because I'll be having beers soon. Maybe tomorrow. I find it funny. I'm trying to schedule a podcast. Maybe tomorrow. I watch a Mason Rudolph podcast with DK and I have my thoughts on that. But this is a funny time because I don't think with Kenny Pickett we didn't really see him separate himself too much from the Canada offense, right? We don't need Kenny Pickett to be one of the crazy elite Mahomes, anything like that. In this period right now, for me, with his defense and the run game, how they're playing, and how effectively that Warren and Najee are working out, and we can win games, and you just want to move the ball forward as best you can. Do you really need Kenny Pickett to be a Mahomes? Probably not, right? Probably not. At the same time, you need to move the ball forward and get 30 points, and that's what Rudolph was doing. He was going to two targets like DJ, and he was getting very happy, and they're all getting, they were starting to bond together, and George Pickens was starting to be happy again, right? So things like that were working, and I don't think we would have had a chance to go all the way to the Super Bowl. Had too many injuries, no TJ Watt, but it felt fun near the end of the season. And as a franchise going forward over the next, probably 3 to 5 years, what is the direction? Are the Steelers going to, bank down and go with Kenny Pickett and build around him? Do they move Jones to left tackle? Do they go and draft a right tackle? Do they go and draft a center? Do they go and get some key pieces to be a force in the NFL over the next 5 years? Where right now we are, I know Tom and guys out there saying, it's mediocre, Mike, and all those things. I see your point where you're coming from to a certain degree, because we do end up just going 10 and whatever, right, and get a chance for the dance, but then we're not pushing the envelope, or I don't know, swinging the axe to cut down a tree. I don't know. We're not going as hard as we can to be those teams like the Chiefs or like the Bills, even though they fell over, or like the Ravens, right, who are on the up and up and up and up. And the Ravens and 49ers, they're on the up. Where Steelers haven't got that, not since maybe near 2015, 2016, did we have those talented players, culture around the team where you could build something into next year, where there are a lot of questions unknown this year with the OC. They got the DC, but a lot of questions unknown to what the Steelers' direction is going forward. That's one big mystery. Now, people will say last year was a wasted season. I don't think that. To me as a fan, it's not a wasted season because you still enjoy football. We had some highlights where we beat the Ravens twice. We beat the Bengals twice. We won out in Seattle for the first time in a long time, 40 years. We won in LA in Raiders in a long time. So we got the losing stat, which was a Mike Tomlin special. So it wasn't a wasted season. A lot of injuries, but did we really expect that Mason Rudolph would be leading the team down the charge to the last 3 or 4 or 5 games? No, probably not. Trubisky, he fell flat on his face. So you made mistakes there. Well, Mike Tomlin made mistakes where they should have probably started Rudolph. You probably should have started Rudolph 2 years ago, really. Kenny Pickett comes in. They start Trubisky. You probably should have started Rudolph 2 years ago in the 2022 season and went from there. But they've made mistakes, and they've started to realize that. They now want a different new OC direction with more NFL experience, and hopefully Mike Tomlin can turn this team around, and we do get healthy and go to the playoffs and win games. But I just don't know how this team is going to react to other teams like the Chiefs. The Chiefs are in the way. Tom Brady, the Patriots, were in our way. The Chiefs, Mahomes, in our way, right? We can beat the Ravens, but they play good football outside of beating us. So it's going to be very, very interesting. That's for sure. Dead set. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Everyone, that's so funny. Everybody wrote off Rudolph, right? Isn't it funny how everyone's writing off? Not everyone, but 70% of people are writing off Kenny Pickett. Oh, Kenny Pickett sucks. It's the same fucking storyline that Rudolph went through, right? Everyone wrote off Rudolph, then he came in and balled. I'll give Kenny another shot. It's the exact same thing happened with Rudolph is happening to Kenny. Not because he's a first round pick, but we're giving up way too early. It's going to be his third season, hopefully a new OC in a new direction. And then Kenny can come out. And once Kenny starts scoring TDs, we forget about how bad he was. People gave up on, and Kenny is trash. See? People will be like, oh, Kenny sucks. But then on the other side, it's like, well, can we not give him a chance like Rudolph did? So many people on the internet, people who've been on the podcast, the people in the live chat wrote off Rudolph completely, and he came out and played good football over the 4 games. Yes, he threw the pick, but still. So the same people who write him off like that, can we not give Kenny a chance in the new OC and be hopeful for the season and Kenny Pickett into his 3rd year, have a chance? All those other bloody elite quarterbacks like the Josh Allens or the Peyton Mannings of the world or those dudes, they sucked too. They sucked at the very beginning. Kenny Pickett will be what, 28 years of age? What is he? Kenny Pickett, 25. He'll be 26. That's still pretty young. He'll be 20. What's his birthday? 20. He'll be 26 in June. 26 is pretty young. When I was 26, I went to Canada, right? And we just want to write him off. I don't get that. I don't get that. I think he could be. I think here's a point. I've been talking about quarterbacks all day, but here's a point, right? So, to me, you can also support Rudolph and say Rudolph could be the guy, or you can support Rudolph. You don't need to have an argument with yourself or with the internet saying Kenny Pickett sucks, Rudolph's better. Rudolph is better, and I'm gonna and whatever, or Kenny Pickett's better and Rudolph sucks. You don't need that argument to me. I think what we should do is, if the Steelers go that direction, fantastic. You bring Rudolph back, you sign him to a 2-year deal. Kenny Pickett stays behind him. Maybe it's quarterback 1 and 2, and then you see how the next few seasons flow out. But I also feel like that the Steelers will have a good draft, and I talked about this with Matty Peverill from the Steelers Touchdown Under, right? We talked about the Omar Khan and Mike Tomlin together. They went 10-7 in their first season. Omar Khan being the first season as GM by himself, not just the money guy. He went 10-7, and we had this expectation to go and win the Super Bowl. You always want to. You always want to win it, but man, is it hard. It's very hard to win it. So next year, maybe we missed the playoffs with 9 games. We got 10. We got there. The next step is really building around the O-line, getting the guys back for that, having another good draft. Darnell was fantastic this year. I know he needs to catch the ball, but he was great. Keanu Benton will go into another year. Cameron Hayward probably has maybe 1 or 2 years left, maybe 1 year left. JPJ, he's nominated for Defensive Rookie of the Year. So there's moving pieces here that are pretty promising. And I think we get stuck on this like, well, Kenny Pickett's not the guy. Have you given him a chance? Just give him a chance. G'day 46, what's going on? Who else we got in the house? G'day Jeremiah Yoda, what's up? Could be, man. I think if Rudolph comes back familiar, dead set. It might be. You know what? To me, a dream scenario is you sign Rudolph. Here it is. You sign Rudolph for 2 years, maybe a 3-year contract, right? You sign him to have. You tell Rudolph that, hey mate, you're allowed to have quarterback competition. You and Kenny Pickett will have true quarterback competition, and whoever's better this year will run the offense in 2024. Right? And then you have Rudolph number 1 if he wins it, and Kenny Pickett number 2. Then you can make Kenny Pickett the backup quarterback to Rudolph for the next 2-3 years. You see how this goes. Can they build and develop and go and win a championship or go and win some games to improve their side? If that doesn't work out, you then fall back on Kenny Pickett, who's the number 1 draft pick, and you go to him. That could be an option. Second option, it could be you don't sign Rudolph and Kenny Pickett is signed. You go and get another quarterback number 2 behind him, and you play Kenny from the start. Now, Steelers fans will be very nervous about that, but that could happen, right? But maybe the idea is to sign Rudolph because he could either be quarterback number 1 or 2, and having those 2 fellas on the team could be good chemistry. The real kick is, though, what's going to happen with Trubisky being number 3? Can he be 3? Probably not. Woo! I hope so. I really do. Yeah, so in the off-season too, guys, I'm a little bit busy, but I'll be trying to do more lives as best I can. I've got, a few shifts here and there, but I'll be trying to do videos based on, I won't be doing like, super, super rumor videos, but I'll be doing some, not a rumor, but like, I got to hook the audience. You need to hook the audience somehow. You need to have an inviting thumbnail and stuff like that. Pittsburgh Steelers signed Russell Wilson, and they didn't sign Russell Wilson. That's clickbait. But you got to play the game. I'll be talking rumors. I'll be talking this stuff. I just won't talk the draft until probably March 1st. Not talking about the draft until then. And I think March 15th is when we have the free agent period. Also, shout out to 19 people when I'm sweating up. I'm sweating up in here. True. That's very true. If we get Zach Robinson, Mason will be back, but Atlanta might get Robinson. I think Atlanta just got their head coach. Or do you mean like as an offensive coordinator? I think Atlanta just got their Raheem Morris coach. I'm pretty sure. Yes. Man, these comments are going crazy. I saw that. Yep, he voted against. I think he's one of them ones that I'm not a fan. Not a fan. Peter King votes against Pollard and then also TJ. Yeah, I think he writes it on purpose. I think he does it purposely. So, no way, dude. G'day, Cody. What's going on? You think quarterback one's the best? So you sign Rudolph. 2-year contract. You have Kenny Pickett to be quarterback number 2. You have a true quarterback competition. Whoever wins, you go with that guy. And then next minute, if Kenny wins, fantastic. You have Rudolph being quarterback number 2, and he's maybe a pretty high-priced quarterback number 2, but then you back up. And then you go and get that could be the case. The Steelers could do that. I could see this. The Steelers could get rid of Trubisky, cut Trubisky, trade him, cut him, see you later, good night, throw him in the trash, right? You sign Rudolph to a 2-year contract, which is like a backup contract. You make him the backup, and then you have a true quarterback competition, and you see who wins, and then you go from there. And then you go and draft a quarterback in the 3rd. I think so. They're getting close, very close. That's it. Yeah. Alrighty, guys, let's get out of here, man. I rambled on for about 43 minutes. Any more last questions, let me know in the chat. I just wanted to come on and say what's up. Tomlin was just blowing smoke up your asses. I bet it'll be all shucks. Mason got away. Can't tell you weak, Tomlin. He knows he can't take a real Dobbs. I don't know about Dobbs, man. All right. Anyways. Oh, jeez. Okay, we are done and done. Done. I'm going to go have some lunch, have a beer. It's my Australia day. And yeah, it was a good catch up, guys. Real good catch up too. Completely on board with Rudolph 1. Can he sit? Ooh. Yes. Sign Rudolph. True competition. Go and draft a 3rd guy and see what happens. Yeah, man. It is warm. It is. Right now, that's going to be his age. Where is it? 92 or 95? 96. So in my room, it's probably like 110. Yeah, that's it, guys. Oh, also, too, thank you to everyone who's been recently subbed, too. I hit 2,103. So we're getting closer to that 10,000 mark on my goal as well. And yeah, we're just going to wait until like more definitive news comes out about OC. I'll be honest, I don't know anything from a bar of soap about the OC. People talk about that this guy's a good OC, this guy's a bad OC, this guy, I don't know, man. I just want to see someone run over someone. That you guys know what I'm like. Like, I don't really care who's the OC. Matt Canada, stuffed up, wasn't good. But whoever does sign, it's going to be a new, fresh face. And we can compare Cliff Kingsbury to the other dude, the Rams guy, or the guy from the Panthers, and everyone's saying the Panthers guy sucks. It's like, why? What do you know him? Is it based off the Panthers offense because they were terrible last year? Is that all it's based off? Can you not give the guy a chance coming in? if whoever they sign, I feel like Steel Nation's going to yell at them and berate them like, oh, he sucks, he's terrible, he's awful. Ah! It's like, give him a chance. Give him a chance. Whoever signs, give him a chance. And hopefully we'll find out soon. Yes, that's it. Very true. Very true. Alrighty, guys, let's get out of here. I shall play. What do you want to play? I will play to warm up to the Khan artist in the off season because Omar Khan had a big off season last year. He's now 10-7 as the GM. So we're going to warm up with the Omar Khan, and I'll see you guys later. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I might go live again if I get a chance, maybe the next few days. But we got Ravens versus Chiefs. Go the Chiefs, and we've also got Lions versus 49ers. Go the Lions, and then go the Lions to win it all. I'll see you later.
Night one after the next two, is he still aggressive?
Yeah, what do they call him? The con artist? I like that. I saw that, man. That's pretty good. It's a cool nickname.